That's great. We are on live now. So, good day to everyone, whoever is watching us today. This is Avijit from JRK International Education Consultants. As you know, like JRK International Education Consultants, we are Sweden-based education consultants. We are working with several European countries and also Canada. But however, today we will mainly focus for Sweden, study in Sweden, and especially today we have three special guests from University of Skövde. One is Karin, another one is Andrea, and another one is Ryan. All of them from University of Skövde. So, Karin, could you please introduce yourself a little bit more?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Karin Jonegård and I work as an international coordinator at the international office. And yeah, these are my colleagues. So you can continue introducing yourself.
All right, thank you. So Andrea, could you please introduce yourself a bit more?
Okay, Avijit. Hello everyone. My name is Andrea, Dião, Jonsson, and I'm a colleague of Karin I work at the international office of the University of Skövde. So my main area of responsibility is the student recruitment, international student recruitment, and scholarship programs. Yes, Ryan?
Thank you, Andrea. And Ryan, could you please introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm originally from the US, and I came to the University of Skövde for a bachelor's degree in molecular biodesign. And then now I've continued into a master's degree in biomarkers and molecular medicine. I also help out with the Air National Office, and so I'm here to kind of provide a student perspective for you guys and tell you a little bit about the school here.
All right, that's awesome. Nice to hear from all of you. So who will start with the presentation? Please start. Ryan, will you?
I think it's Karin who's going to go start.
All right, no problem. So I'm just
adding
it on the screen. So here we go now.
Perfect.
I think Karin is going to do the presentation, and we are going to be here for then Ryan talk about his student perspective, and I'm going to be here for the questions and answers. So if you have any questions, type them in the chat so that we're going to take them in the end of the presentation.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk a bit about the University of Skövde. And next picture, please. Yeah, here we have the agenda. But first, we're going to talk a bit about Sweden, and then we're going to talk a bit about Skövde, the University of Skövde, the international programs that are taught in English, tuition fee and living costs, scholarships, possibilities for master studies, accommodation, Swedish language course, application procedure, and then we will have the questions and answers, and you can ask us anything about Sweden, Skövde, or the University of Skövde.
Thank you.
And perfect. And yeah, Sweden is one of the most innovative countries in the world. According to the European Business School and the European Commission, we are the #1 innovative country in the world. And according to the Global Innovation Index, it ranks Sweden as #2. You can go back because... Back one slide, please. Thank you. And it's kind of pretty amazing concerning the fact that the Swedish population only make out like 0.14% of the world's population. We're just about 10 million people, and that's like, there's 20 cities in the world that has more inhabitants than the whole country of Sweden. And we do put a lot of money into research as well as education and development. A lot of our GDP is put into that. And we're also considered being one of the world's innovation leaders. We have a lot of multinational companies here and their main offices as well. And we serve as a base for tomorrow's emerging industries, as well as environmental technology, life science, and information and communication technology. Next. Perfect. I don't know if you have heard some of these. That, as you can see here, for example, Spotify, it's a Swedish invention, the pacemaker, Tetra Pak, Skype is quite popular, when it's now in this COVID-19 situation. So, but they're all actually Swedish, and we have a kind of a special relationship to dynamite, because the one who invented dynamite was actually Alfred Nobel, and he was the one who made up this amazing prize called the Nobel Prize that tries to encourage research and new inventions and so on. And actually, the Nobel Prize in 2020 went to two scientists, Emmanuel Charpentier as well as Jennifer Doudna. And one of them, Emmanuel Charpentier, she's French, so that's why I can't pronounce her name so good. And she did a major part of her discovery when she was a researcher here in Sweden at the University of Umeå, which is in the north of Sweden. Next picture, please. And yeah, I'm going to talk a bit about Skövde. And there's a lot of way to pronounce Skövde. You can say Skövde, Skövde. Yeah, a lot of ways. And it's still correct. It depends on where you come from. So if you come from the area like me, we will say Skövde, a bit like down here, more in the throat. And Skövde, please, next picture, is located in the south part of Sweden, between Sweden's two biggest lakes, Vänern and Vättern. It's quite easily accessible by train. It's just like 2 hours away from Stockholm and 1 hour away from Gothenburg. You can get there within a couple of hours. And you can also get to like Oslo, which is the capital of Norway. That's like, I don't know, about 4 hours away. Or you can go to Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark. That's like 5 hours away. So if you live in Skövde, you can basically go anywhere within a couple of few hours. And we're very proud to say that Skövde is surrounded by nature. You can see these beautiful pictures. It's from Mount Billingen. And it's just like 7 minutes away from the city center by car, or 40 minutes if you're walking. And it's one of the region's most complete sport and recreation areas. So you can go there swimming, camping, jogging, and in the winter, of course, skiing. And Skövde is also the commercial center of an area called Skaraborgs region. We have a lot of companies, like small companies as well as medium-sized companies, but we also have some larger employers like Volvo, cars and trucks, of course, the Skaraborg Regional Hospital, the Swedish Armed Forces, the municipality of Skövde, as well as the university. And we're also surrounded by history, because Skövde is a part of this Skaraborg region, as I mentioned, and this region is full of history. It's one of the oldest regions in Sweden. So, for example, you can see this church here. It's called Varnhem Church, and it also has some monastery ruins that is more than 1,000 years old. And it's in this church that the first kings were actually buried, as well as some of the most famous noble families in Sweden, called the De la Gardie family. And the De la Gardie family, they used to live at this beautiful white castle, and that is called Läckö Castle. That was one of the most important castles in the 17th century in Sweden. And you can also see this treasure. It's the second biggest gold treasure that has ever been found in Sweden. And it was actually found here in Skövde, in a place called Timboholm. And you can also see this lake here. It's called Hornborgarsjön. And it's very beautiful. You can see the cranes in the spring there. And just beside the lake, there's an old abbey, Gudhem Abbey, that is very pretty to see as well. And we also have something called Arena Skövde. It's a building for rehabilitation, fitness, gym, and massage. And it also holds public events in Skövde. It's just, a couple of minutes away from the campus. I've been there listening to lectures, but of course, as you can see here, there's a lot of water slides and swimming pools. And they also have a spa section in the basement. That is really pretty. That is really nice. We also have something called Skövde Matfestival. It's a food festival, and we have had that for more than 30 years. It attracts about 100,000 persons each year. There will be a lot of food, of course, there, as well as concerts with some of the most famous artists in Sweden. We will have fun fairs, what we call tivoli in Swedish, and some of the most famous chefs will, of course, come there and cook for you. So it's like this party for the city. In the summer.
I'll tell you guys what, that food festival, it's totally worth going. I was super disappointed last year because due to, or no, not last year, this year, because due to the corona ended up getting canceled. But every other year that I've been here, I've went to it. Just amazing food, and also great concerts, great fun. It's a good time. So when you come here, definitely plan on going to that. It's early September. So our school is located pretty much right smack dab in the middle of the city center. Skvde is a fairly small city. It's very kind of safe little town, about 55,000 total inhabitants, but that is also counting quite a ways out. It's, as far as the city center, it's really nice and small and quaint, and everything's within walking distance. You can see a couple of pictures here. This little cafe that these people are at, I think that, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Rothuset Cafe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these in the summer they'll have just all these tables with umbrellas, and they open up this little outdoor bar. It is just incredibly pleasant. On the right here, you can see kind of the central station. That's where all the trains come in, and that's roughly a 1-minute walk from the downtown where that cafe is, among other things. And also in the other direction, a 1-minute walk to the school. So here's some pictures of our school. And the University of Skövde was established in 1977 by an act of Swedish Parliament. It is a public university. We have all kinds of good things here. We got restaurants, we got a fitness center, we got a library. Everything is like high tech and well equipped, and it's just, for being a small school, it is just state of the art. We have about 550 staff, with about 2/3 of that being academic staff. We have programs at bachelor's level, master's level, and some PhD positions here and there. Because of the fact that we're so small, everything really kind of works well together across disciplines, and like you get to network between all the different schools, which I'll talk about a little bit more later, and you just kind of get to know everybody. Lars Nicholson here, he is our vice chancellor. He helps run the school and stuff. I actually don't. Do we have an actual chancellor? Sorry, Karin. No, the vice chancellor is
I don't think
the top
so.
dog.
It's
All right, I don't know how that works here.
Yes, it's the highest position.
All right, cool. So
Yes.
yeah, he's the top dude here, which makes sense because he's the only one I've ever seen running the show. He's a great guy. Met him a few times now, and he's been here for since 2017, or at least in this position since 2017. Yeah, so our school was evaluated. I think we actually just went through another evaluation, but this one is from the previous assessment in 2011 to 2014. And the way this Swedish Higher Education Authority is who runs this, it's a national thing where they go to all the universities and they assess their educational programs. And so they assign each individual category that they're grading, they assign rankings that correspond to a lack of quality or a very high quality. And so on this graph here, you can see Skvde is kind of sitting right up here in the middle, or what is the middle of the graph anyways, but that's not the middle of the universities. What that means is that we scored quite high, one of the 6 highest or 7 highest overall, and we're pretty much ranking right up with the old universities, which is quite a big claim for these newly established university colleges. So at the school, we have 5 different schools. At the university, we have 5 different schools, would be a better way to say that. We have the bioscience, engineering science, health, and business and informatics. And so these kind of, as far as the administration of these schools is divided up a little bit. And within each of those schools, we then have our English programs. These are a list of all the programs that we currently offer in English. So these are also the international programs there. And as you can see, we have some in most of the schools there. Special highlight to the brand new one here, the Systems Biology and Specialization in Bioinformatics. That program, it's just the bee's knees. Bioinformatics, if you're not familiar, it's a huge thing coming up in the future because it is the merger of bioscience with data science, and it's just all about the exploitation of big data, which is obviously the future. So, sorry, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked there.
No issues, carry on.
I'm a big fan of bioinformatics, if you can't tell.
No, surely, no problem.
All right. So, anyways, the learning style here at the university. This is probably the coolest thing about the school, in my opinion, because we have just this incredibly flat organization. And what I mean by that is that, like, in a lot of places that you might go, you'll have kind of a tiered hierarchy where, like, the teachers are the boss and you're, as students, kind of the minions who are just there to take it. And here, that's definitely not the case. The teachers very much are viewed as equals with the students, and those, like, you will address your teachers by first name. There's no Mr. or sir or whatever. If you call people sir, they're going to be like, oh, no, calm down. Everybody goes by on a first name basis. It's very open and collaborative is kind of the goal here. The teachers view themselves as there to help you learn, and just as much as you are there to learn. Like, it's very focused on students as far as the education, as well as like how you develop your own education. So most of the programs have relatively small amounts of lecture time. So you're not going to be sitting in lectures for 40 hours a week. And instead, they prioritize a lot of kind of the self-development and self-promotion of your own education. So you can see here we have pictures of a lot of people working in groups on various projects that they've been assigned. And this is really a thing that you can expect a lot of here because much of the education is you're being led to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's you get the lectures for a bit of time, and then you go on your own and you apply that knowledge and you develop that knowledge, and so you work together with your peers and really just kind of you're in control, which is cool. In addition to that control, we also have amazing representation through the student union, which unlike, for me, I come from the US, and a couple of schools there that I went to, the student union was basically like just a bunch of people that like to think that they're important, but they didn't really actually do anything. And here it's, again, basically the polar opposite of that, because the student union here is a organization that is recognized by the school and is crucial, really, in the development of the education. We on the student union sit in on academic meetings that are the purpose of those meetings is to develop the curriculum, and so any kind of reviews or modifications to the curriculum are going to go through those meetings, which the student union is there and voicing their opinion for. And in a practical application of this, the way that ends up working out is that if, for example, something's wrong with your education, you can talk to the student union, and they will bring that directly to the people who are making the decisions as to how to shape that education. For a real personal example, in my first year in the molecular biodesign program, we noticed, me and a few of my friends, the curriculum for that program at that time did not have enough chemistry credits included to necessarily qualify people for some of the school's master programs here in Sweden. And so we brought that up to the student union. It was taken to the administration, and within a semester or so, they went and changed that curriculum so that now there is more chemistry credits and people can qualify for whatever programs they want. In addition to the student union, kind of side by side with them is this organization called Skvde. I used to be pretty heavily involved with these guys as well, and their whole mission is to promote the internationalization and mobilization of the people, the international students especially, here at the university. So they'll organize a whole lot of social activities, trips. They do trips like up north to Lapland, which is area of Sweden and Finland north of the Arctic Circle. They go, you get to ride on sled dogs and jump in frozen lakes, and it's a whole lot of fun. And they take a lot of the outside of school aspects and really focus on making them as good as possible. So like they make sure that your housing is up to par, and that you're able to find everything that you need around town, and that you're getting involved in the kind of social activities that you are interested in, because there are special interest groups for everything here. If you're interested in knitting sweaters, I'm sure there's a special interest group just for you. And that's really what these guys are there for, is to help you make those connections and build your network of international contacts as well as you would like to. Another thing that the student union organizes here is this fair called Frontied, which is Swedish for future. And this is basically a giant career fair where they go and they, well, it's not just the student union, but the student union helps in organizing it. And they go and they contact a bunch of industry leaders from around Sweden and maybe elsewhere. I don't really know how far out they reach, but they bring them all here and they talk to students, and it's a big career fair recruiting opportunity. We typically have about 700 to 1,000 visitors and 35 to 40 exhibitors each year. In addition to hooking you up with career opportunities, we also have pretty high, top-notch research going on here at the university. We were ranked 7th in Sweden among the universities, and lots of notes on this slide that I did not review properly. All right, so anyways, we have a bunch of research here. Particularly informatics, systems biology, and virtual engineering. These are the things that we really have available for people to get involved in. And so largely during your thesis project for either of your, or whatever program you're in, you'll probably hop on. You can actually go outside of the school and find your own projects to work with other corporations, or even outside of Sweden if you really want. But a lot of people will hop on some of the research projects here at the school to do their work with. And we pretty much have things going in all of these different categories. As far as the virtual engineering, I think that's probably one of the cooler ones here. We partner up with Volvo. We are actually a preferred research partner for Volvo because they got their little workshop right here in town, right? So we do a lot of work with them, and through this you get to meet a lot of connections that will potentially lead to downstream career options later, which of course is useful to everybody. We also have PhD programs, particularly in informatics. We support other PhD programs here, but these are the ones that we actually have offered, and you can find those on our job opportunities website or webpage. There's a little option on there. If you do go there, we'll hopefully drop a link later, but that you can get notified of new opportunities, and that's really the best way to approach a PhD if you're interested in that. Here in Sweden, PhD programs are like jobs, so it's not like it's you don't get it in the same way that you do with the bachelor's and the master's program. Instead, it's like a job where you have to apply to it individually, and then you are evaluated against other candidates, and whoever qualifies best for that position gets it, and then you work and do the job. So the knowledge triangle is kind of this idea that the strongest development comes from emerging of the education, innovation, and research areas, which here at the University of Skövde, we do awesome with that, because we have right next door to us, and kind of, you'll see in a minute, I think, how this fits in, but it's basically right on campus is this Science Park Skvde, which is this awesome kind of collaborative environment where we have a bunch of industry and startups that operate out of there. We have the Sweden Game Arena, which I don't know if you guys are into games. I assume so, because everybody is. But in Sweden, in Europe, actually, Skvde is one of the leading places to go as far as game development. We have just incredible facilities for developing games and building your game company if you want to start your own. So this is the map that I was talking about just a second ago. You can see here in the blue outline, this is what is considered the university. And then over here in the green, they've actually extended it a bit, so it goes a bit off of the screen. But that's the science park. And then you can see that this kind of pink outline here highlights the area that is the joint area for research and innovation, which is where both of the two are operating. And a lot of our students will end up picking up projects working with the science park or organizations within the science park. We have a new facility called Azer Industrial Innovation Arena, which is kind of like oh man, how would you explain? It's a group that is a mixing of the school and industry, and that's kind of something that's developed of this here, as well as the Volvo group works a lot over here at the science park, and we get a lot of collaboration opportunities with them. There we go. There's a bit of information about Azer. So this is, oh, they are Volvo. Okay, I'm sorry. The group, I don't know what to say on this. I'm sorry. Karin, want to help me out with this one? I don't know enough about Azer.
Yeah, actually, the invaders of Azer are like OTI Innovation, like this Skövde Science Park, the University of Skövde. And we also have something called IDCS, West Sweden AB, that works a lot with different companies. They are like this regional, I don't know, support.
Oh, I think we lost Karin. All right.
Support values to gender equality to, oh, did I disappear or did you hear me?
No,
Yeah, you cut out for a moment.
we didn't hear you for a while, so you can carry on now.
Okay, sorry.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, the initiators, those who created Azer, are like Skövde Science Center, University of Skövde, IDCS, West Sweden, and IDCS. They work with a lot of companies concerning different things. For example, everything from gender equality to production. So they're located in this building we showed earlier, this pink area, and also Volvo Car is a part of this, as well as the Volvo Group. And some of the ones who are financing it are actually the municipality of Skövde, the region of Västra Götaland, Skaraborg local authorities, and so on. So it has a very strong local connection through all the parts of the society, like the civil society, companies, the municipalities, and so on. So it's quite unique. And if you come here, I highly recommend you to go there and have a look.
Cool. Thank you.
That's great.
We also have a whole bunch of other industrial partners. Here are some of them here. We mentioned Volvo a lot because they're right next door, but we're also got IKEA, of course, big Swedish company, AstraZeneca, Microsoft, even Huawei, and various other things. Oh, and then the slide animates. All right, yeah. Oh, Scania. Yeah, I forgot about them. I don't know some of these. Västergötlands region, and that's the local area or county, if you will. Volvo has its name on here like 5 times. Electrolux, that's another cool company. Yeah, bunch of partners. So lots of research gets done in collaboration with these guys. Now it says that you can talk to me, but I've been talking quite a bit. So
We take next picture.
I think.
Yeah, tuition fees.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a bit about some more practical aspects of becoming a student here. And first of all, the tuition fees. Next picture, please. Yeah, the total tuition fee for a 1-year program, that is equal to 60 credits. It's about 130 Swedish crowns, 130,000 Swedish crowns. That was a bit too cheap. The total tuition fee for a 2-year program, that is 120 credits, is about 260,000 Swedish crowns. The total tuition for a 3-year program, that like a bachelor, is that is 180 credits, are about 390,000 Swedish crowns. And it's very important that you pay the installment of like 65,000 Swedish crowns every semester. And it's about 6,300 euros or 7,700 US dollars. And you can read more about the guidelines here. We have a link as well. And if you have a citizenship within the European Union, then you don't have to pay any of these tuition fees. Yeah. And here are some costs concerning the living costs. I will go through them a bit, how much it costs to be a student, and the minimum cost of living here for a month. And you can see here, like the food is about 2,200 Swedish crowns. The student accommodation could be anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 Swedish crowns. Local travel, as Ryan mentioned, it's kind of, it's not a really big city, so you can go anywhere by bicycle or walk. So it's not so much money compared to if you live in a big city, then you have to travel a lot. So it's just 500 Swedish crowns. The telephone, the internet, or the TV is about 300 Swedish crowns. Clothing, hobby, leisure, and so on is about 2,000 is 2,000 Swedish crowns. So at the end of the day, it will cost you about 8,000 to 9,000 Swedish crowns to live in Sweden. That's about 880 euros or 1,000 US dollar. And you can also read more about study in Sweden. They have a lot of blogs and so on, and then you can read more about that. And students will write there about their perspectives of living in Sweden. And you will find the link there as well. And we have some scholarships. One of them is the Swedish Institute Scholarship for Global Professionals. And it's a really good scholarship. It covers basically everything. It will cover your living costs as well as your tuition fees. And it's going to start. The application period is from the 8th of February until the 18th of February. So I highly recommend that you will apply for that. But you also have to check out the list because not all countries can apply for it. Like if you come from Pakistan, it's possible. If you come from Nepal, it's possible, but not if you come from India. So check out that website and you can read more about that. We also have a our own scholarship. It's called the University of Skövde Master Scholarship. It will cover like 50% of your tuition fee for master students. So we don't have a scholarship for any bachelor students at all. Sorry to say that. But how to apply for it? Of course, you can't apply directly to become a student at the University of Skövde. You have to apply through something called university admission. And then you have to make us, the University of Skövde, your first priority. And then after you have done that, you can apply for the scholarship directly on our website. You will find all the instructions there, as well as the criteria. So you have to like record a small film of yourself where you're talking about why you should get the scholarship, a short motivation letter as well. And if you come to Sweden or the University of Skövde, we will also offer you some Swedish courses. And it's optional, so you don't have to, but it's kind of nice. And it's a really great opportunity that we offer you. So you will be able to have a course that is 3 credits about the Swedish society and the Swedish culture. It will take place during the introduction program. And we also will offer you a course, the Swedish for foreign students, that will give you like the basic within the Swedish language, how to, pronounce Skövde or other things, and so on, and some basic writings. Yep, and we also try to help our students with accommodation. It's really hard to find somewhere to live in Sweden. It's like you will have to queue up for years to be able to get an apartment. That's why we do offer this favor to our international students. We will assist them to get their own accommodation. So usually there will be no problems because we will help you. But we can never guarantee that you will get an apartment, but it's rare that has happened. So we have like 4 accommodation areas where you will get a furnished student room. The rent is about 3,000 to 4,000 Swedish crowns per month. That's totally okay. If you're going to get your own apartment, that's going to be way much more expensive. So it's about 360 euros or $440. And you should apply as soon as you receive your admission. So then you can just go into our website and find where to apply for accommodation. It's very important. However, families are not allowed. So if you're going to bring your family or any pets or things like that, it's going to be trickier. Then you have to find your own accommodation. And the 4 accommodation areas are Norra Trängallén, Perenius Plaza och Scania and Haslum. And here's some few words about the application procedure. As I mentioned, you have to apply through university admission. It's very important that you do that, and it's very important that you meet all the deadlines. So university admission started up for application round at the 16th of October, and it's going to close on the 15th of January 2021. And it's very important that you pay this application fee that is about 900 in Swedish crowns, around 88 euros or $106. And you have to pay that before the 1st of February. If you don't, they're not going to look into your application. So very important date. And the deadline, if you want to have supporting documentations like IELTS or so on, it's on the 1st of February as well. And the admission results will be published on the 9th of April if you're a master student, and on the 16th of April if you're a bachelor. Yeah, as mentioned, very important to keep the deadlines. The 15th of January, that's the application deadline. Document submission, 1st of February. Application fee deadline, 1st of February in 2021 as well. And as mentioned, the notification of the selection results are on the 9th of April for master students and on the 16th of April for the bachelor students. We will also have an introduction program it will start on the 23rd of August. So that it's very important that when you're applying for your resident permit, that you apply like 2 weeks before you actually start your classes, because during this introduction program you will meet a lot of friends, you will get a lot of information, and we will take like really great care of you. But it's very important that you are here during those 2 weeks to get like the best start as we possibly could give you here. And the first meeting is also on the 13th of August in 2021. Yeah. Now we will open up for questions and answers.
All right. Thank you so much for your nice presentations, especially Ryan and Karin, for your nice presentations. I think like you actually covered up almost everything actually. What I felt, it was really great presentation. So we got to know a lot about University of Skövde and of course about Sweden. I mean, of course I know, but I mean, I'm talking about on behalf of students actually. I believe like they got to know lots of informations from University of Skövde. And the good thing is this video will be saved in our link, so even in our channel, so they can watch it later on in next few weeks. So it will really help them.
Perfect.
What we talked about today. So here I think we talked about already scholarship, right? We got one question about the scholarship, and we talked about the scholarship. So here I would like to add that like the students who has asked, I mean, I will say like as Karin mentioned, you have to make the application on time. That's the one of the most important thing. And that document, yes, please, Andrea, you would like to say something?
Yes, I would like to talk about scholarships because Kuri mentioned about 2 types of scholarships.
Yes.
The Swedish Institute scholarships that cover the full tuition fee and gives a monthly allowance to the students, and also our own master scholarships.
Yes.
But the key point is that the students, they need to meet the deadlines that Karin presented before. So the application needs to be on time, the document submission must be on time, and to pay the application fee also before the deadline. And I would even say that to be on the safe side, it's better to do it well in advance, not to wait for the last minute. I always tell the students that, because if there is any problem with the documentation, any document missing or anything, then the website will contact the student, and the student will have time to fix the problem before the deadline on the 1st of February. So this is why one good tip is that they apply as soon as possible, they pay the application fee as soon as possible, and upload all the documents in case there is any problem with the documents, so they can fix the problem before the deadline. But here in Sweden, we have to stick with the deadlines. And according to the results of admission will be published for masters on the 9th of April. So these database of admitted students will be sent to the Swedish Institute that day. So any late application, any late document, anything, we're not going to touch the application until that result is published. And also, we only work on it if there are seats available. So it's better to apply on time to meet the deadlines.
To make sure that get the admission and make sure to get the scholarship. I mean, for everything, and to get the, I mean, choiceable programs. Because sometimes we get a few students who is really qualified. I mean, if they would apply before, we know like they would be admitted, to be honest. But as they're late, sometimes they cannot get the even admission because the program is already gone. So
exactly. Sometimes we see students who are top students who would be number 1. We would choose as the first one for the scholarship, but just because the application is late, we cannot do that. We cannot do anything because we have to assign the scholarship money on that day. I mean, we are going to work with that group of students who got admitted. So that's how it works here in Sweden.
Yeah, that's really important. So one more question here, like do you have any public health department? Andrea, if you would like to say something, please.
No. The University of Skövde does not have a public health department. We have the School of Health and Education, and we have some programs there, but they are not programs in English, so we don't accept international students in those programs. So the programs that we offer we have biomedicine, for example, a bachelor's level in the same school. And in the School of Bioscience, we have the program that Ryan has taken, Bioscience, Molecular Biodesign, and we have a Molecular Bioinformatics, so a bachelor's level. And a master's level, we have lots of master's programs in bioscience. So
yeah, but I think maybe this I'm not sure, but I can guess actually these students, maybe she's from a doctor background. So what I would like to add that like the doctorate is for the doctorate students at University of Skövde, you have actually few programs what actually they can study if they want, like molecular biology and also like infection biology. Those are the programs actually really, I mean, they can study those programs actually. Maybe you can talk about that actually.
Exactly. If you have a bachelor's degree in medicine, yes, I would recommend a few master programs we have. We have the master's program that Ryan has taken, that is biomarkers in molecular medicine. It's a 2-year master's program. And we also have the infection biology master's program, 2 years. Molecular biotechnology also, 2 years. So those, yeah, I would say, yes, a medical doctor would generally qualify to those 5 programs. There are 5, I mean 5 programs because we have the 1 year and the 2-year masters. For infection biology and molecular biotechnology, but I would really recommend the 2-year program.
Yeah,
for the students.
That's really good.
And better relation to intensive and so it would be better for the students to take the 2-year program, I would say. Better prepared to continue to PhD and also even to learn the language in Sweden and to be able to get a job here later on.
Yeah, we often get asked about the difference between the 1-year and the 2-year programs, and I think that one thing that is really useful to know as a incoming student would be that our 2-year programs, typically what the teachers and faculty have done with these things is that they've gone to the industry leaders in the respective fields, and they've said, like, what kind of skills do you want your employees to be good at in the next 5 to 10 years? And those are the things that are being put into or really expanded on in the 2-year program. So in my program, for example, in biomarkers and molecular medicine, the big thing that the industry leaders want is experience and understanding of next generation sequencing techniques. So we have basically in the 2-year program almost a full semester worth of classes that just focuses on these next generation sequencing techniques so that we stand out from our peers, competitors when it comes to looking for a position in the industry. And I don't know specifically every program as far as what's been added, but in informatics, I can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be big data handling and large data analysis, which kind of lends to machine learning and that sort of thing, because these are the hot topics in the field right now that everybody wants people who know what they're doing in those fields.
That's great to know. So also, like as Ryan said, like about 2 years and 1 year's program. I mean, from my own understanding, I will say like a 2 years program is for the students mostly who really wants to go for PhD. I mean, who is more career academic. But some of the students, they like to go for a job. I mean, they do not have plan for PhD. They can also go for 1 year actually. So, and also it depends, like, I mean, for the students, how do they want? I mean, nothing is wrong, nothing is right. I mean, it depends on them. And myself, Ryan, I would like to let you know also that I have done 2 years masters as well, though from entrepreneurship from Linnaeus University. So even as I had the plan for PhD in future, so this is the reasons when I was a student, I have taken it for 2 years. But it depends, you know.
I certainly would agree with you that nothing is wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Any education is better than no education.
Exactly.
But I do think that, like, especially here, like, another big advantage of the 2-year program compared to the 1 year is simply that you are here long enough that migration grants you a person number, and you're able to really kind of start developing a life for yourself here rather than just kind of being transient, which tends to kind of be the case with the 1 year, because you are only here for 10 months, which does not get you that person number.
Yes.
So, like, I think that personally, I highly recommend the 2 years. I think that it is well worth the extra effort and cost for both the expanded education and the individual personal benefits. But yeah, I do definitely agree. Nothing's wrong. Like, if you just want to do a 1 year and get it done and over with, sure. Like, it's fine. It's just 2 years better.
Andrea
would like to say something, please.
Yes, of course. I think about the 1 year and the 2 year. I have seen, for example, in the data science program, our PhD positions, they are generally in IT, information technology. I have seen students from the data science, master students from the data science program in our university that both applied, and I have seen that we have seen students from the 1 year being accepted and from the 2 years. So it doesn't matter. They can continue to PhD even with a 1 year.
Exactly.
But what Ryan said, I agree. I think life is easier here if you can have a personal number, because then you don't have any problem to open a bank account. You have you would have, for example, your bank ID on your phone, so you can sign electronically to anywhere here in Sweden. So there are lots of advantages. But of course, if the program you choose is only a 1 year, you want to continue to PhD later, there is no problem. We have seen students, for example, taking the cognitive neuroscience mind and brain program, that is a 1 year program, continuing to PhD here in Sweden or in other European universities. So I mean, it really depends. And but if you have the possibility to study for 2 years, I think it's better, because then you have the time to learn the culture, you have the time to learn a bit more the language. 10 months goes very fast. I mean, it's very, very fast. So I would really recommend the 2-year program.
Totally agree. Like, for 2 years, you will get to know about the programs more and more. 1 year, like, you will start and it's finished, you know?
Exactly.
You will start and finish.
It's like the blink of an eye. It's very fast. 10 months,
Exactly.
I mean, very fast.
And also, like, 2 years, you will get a really good summer here as well, like, as they're getting like 13-month visa. So that's also important. I mean, over there, like, you just got 10 months after finishing your program, leave the country. So actually, you cannot enjoy the Swedish summer. So
exactly.
Of course, the Swedish summer is fantastic.
The summer here is great. We always tell the students in the 2-year program that they focus, in the first semester into their studies, and then after the first, they can start applying for summer jobs, so that they don't leave Sweden during the summer for the second year. They can start working, trying to get a summer job, and get into the job market here and get to know people. So it's very, very interesting to use the time when they're here these 2 years, I think. There was a question in the chat, I think on Facebook, how do I get to, I think they need a residence permit after studies in Sweden. Well, in fact, after you when you get admitted, you can apply for a residence permit for studies. So you're going to study for 1 year, for 2 years, or 3 years if it's a bachelor's program. You're going to kind of get it for the first time and renew it, and for every year you study. After you finish your program, you can apply for a residence permit after studies, up for a year, in order to look for internship, look for a job, or even open your own company. Yeah, as you did.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
finished your program and then you open your company.
Exactly.
There are many people in that is very famous in IT, in computer game developments. There are many students who open their companies within game development, in game studios. So they have a good idea. They can open their companies and during this period of time.
And
And so
I would like to add with you. Like, I had the opportunity. I'm from Bangladesh originally, I think. So most of the people, they know me anyway. But I mean, I had the opportunity to study in UK, Sweden, and Belgium. But so I can compare several countries actually. So, but I always like to say to students, like in Sweden, comparatively for students, it is heaven. I mean, they get lots of opportunities here, what they cannot expect in other countries. Even I was in other countries as international students as well, but they were never ever given me opportunities to open a company when I was a student. But in Sweden, after coming in Sweden, within 3 months, I have applied for my company registration. Within 3 months, while students are looking for their job, I applied for the company's registration.
Yep.
And this is GRK International Education Consultants, where we are here today. And in this coming February, it will be 5 years for the company.
We have this come up.
it is simple here. Sorry, Dião.
No worries. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, we have this come up fairly often. People want to know how international students' opportunities are compared to other students here, and generally speaking, there is no difference. A student here in Sweden is a student here in Sweden. It doesn't really matter whether you're international or local. You have all of the same opportunities. So like you said, if you want to start a business, you can do that right away. I got a friend right now who's working on starting up a business. He's in a game development program, and like I mean, he's also an international student. It's a thing that you can do very easily here. It's awesome. Very, very supportive, and especially here in Skövde, if you're in any kind of IT or game development type fields, this is an excellent place for it because the whole community, the whole town loves the game industry. They specialize in that, and there are so many opportunities to start those kind of companies incredibly easy. Andrea, I think you were going to say something, but then I want to talk about the Swedish summer real quick.
Okay, go ahead. I was just saying that it's very easy to open a company here. You just need your personal number and you go to Skvde and any place very easily. And there is this help at the university that you were mentioning about the incubator and, but go and talk about the Swedish summer because it's wonderful.
Ryan, I would like to just add with that. It's not only easy, and at the same time, it is so supportive. I mean, in here is easy, and at the same time, like government is investing lots of money to support new entrepreneur. Government by themselves, they're encouraging people to come up with new companies all the time. I mean, there are Divuset, there are Companion, there are so many other companies. Those are related just to support new entrepreneurs.
Definitely.
And government, central government is spending that money to, help entrepreneurs. So that's a really great things here. Like even government, they're thinking about these things. So therefore, everyone is helping each other. So you can carry on, please.
All right, guys. Swedish summer. All right. So most of you are going to get here in the fall, and you're going to go through the winter, which here in Sweden, A, it's going to get pretty cold compared to what you're probably used to, and B, it's going to be incredibly dark compared to what you're probably used to. During the winter, we have maybe 5 hours of actual sunlight a day on average. It's very dark, and so some people like that. Some people need to have some pick-me-up lights or whatever. But in the summer, it's the total opposite. The sun doesn't go down. I mean, it does, but like it just kind of dips it past the horizon, then comes right back up. You can have parties with your friends till 3 a.m. when the sun goes down, and then take a quick cat nap for like 20 minutes, and then get up with the sunrise at 3:30 and just keep partying. If you're into partying, or you can read all night and never lose sunlight. Like, it doesn't matter. But like, there's so much. It feels like there is so much time in the summer, and it is just fantastic because you can just do everything. It's great.
It is. Swedish summer is really great. And also, Andrea, actually, the things I wanted to ask you, like, we have one of these students. She's from, she studied from India, but she's from Bangladesh anyway, originally. But however, so she studied bachelor in biotechnology from one of Indian universities. She has IELTS 6.5, I think IELTS 7 something. So English is no matter here. So the problem is actually what I was thinking, like she has a 3 years bachelor degree from India in biotechnology.
Okay, so she needs to have a master because she has to have a 4-year bachelor's or a 3-year bachelor's plus a master's from India. Yeah, okay. In order to yeah, that's the thing.
So,
is she back to now? Is she,
sorry?
What's the situation? What is the situation? Has she studied it?
She just finished, I think, 1 year back. She just finished 1 year back. So right now, actually, she's not doing that much things anyway. So she didn't do any masters. After finishing that, she didn't do masters. Her result was good. She thesis and other things. And she has some articles as well. So, I mean, she's good students, but the thing is, I think in one way she's in trap. Just, I mean, she did it in India and it was for 3 years, and then this is the scenario right now. However, do you think if I send you the documents, you can just have a look one more time, or you don't want to give any more thoughts? As it is 3 years, we can stop it now. Here. Shall I send you the documents?
We cannot do anything at the university. So, as you know, the first check is done by university admissions, and they have a requirement by the country you have studied. So she will be assessed by India, as if from studies in India. So in India, as I'm looking now on the website, the minimum requirement is a 4-year bachelor's degree or a bachelor's degree followed by a master's degree. 4 years of study in total in India. So, but some, but not all. Most of the first degree to be in the same field.
Yes.
For Bangladesh, it is very similar.
It is
a 4-year bachelor's degree, a bachelor's degree followed by a master's degree. So it's pretty much the same requirement. So either she needs to continue to a master's, do a 1 year or 2 year master's degree now, and then apply. You are muted, Avijit. And then she needs to maybe take a 3-year bachelor's with us. I don't know. I don't know. It's a difficult situation going back to school like
can
this.
Can we offer her like 1 year extra? I mean, in bachelor, if she does bachelor, let's say, then if she does like 1 year, so I mean, it will be cover of something.
No, it's the degree. She has a bachelor's degree, right? A bachelor's degree certificate. Now she needs to have a master's degree certificate, because in the certificate it says the number of years. So that's the thing. If she does 1 year more, it's not within her degree. So it needs to be within the degree. Because this is not our university who's doing these assessments. It's university admissions who is going to do these assessments to check if she has 180 credits, the equivalent to 180 credits in Sweden, and so that's the requirement for the country of studies, unfortunately.
Understand. So she can't do it in Sweden anyway.
She could apply. I don't know. I think our master's programs are just great, and especially this one, that Ryan was talking about in molecular bioinformatics. I don't know if you can play a video here, if you would be able to see the video, because this video talks about the program, and molecular bioinformatics is a bachelor's level. And it shows also our facilities here on campus. I don't know if it's possible to show, if I can show my screen. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can show your screen, please.
Can I?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so I will try to share screen. I don't know if the sound will be okay.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll try.
If it's bad, you just tell me. But can you see molecular bioinformatics? Yes, I think you can see on the screen.
Yeah.
I will play.
We can try.
Hi, I'm John, and I'm studying bioinformatics at the University of Skövde. It is cold today, but it's very nice. I mean, there's not a cloud in the sky, right? You can take a shot. This is the library. You do work in here sometimes. I really like it's very local. It's very everything in Skövde is bikeable. I also like that the university feels very open.
So it's not working.
No, not really
working?
good. I'm sorry. No.
Oh.
It is
that's a
very
shame.
slow. I mean, anyway, we can leave it. No worries, I think.
Yeah, you can check out our website
Yeah,
because
no
we have
problem.
all these amazing videos there.
Exactly.
I can send you the link to those videos. We have so many videos. Every program we have has videos, and
no problem.
But I wanted to share that one about the program, because that program is a new program we have, and as Ryan mentioned, it was developed because we feel in the market a need for bioinformaticians, for people working with that and in the labs. So a person who can understand and work with the data, go to the lab and also understand the data that they are working with. And I wanted to show you our facilities, but I'm going to show you the link to this video to you, Avijit.
No problem. Surely.
So I don't know. In her case, it's up to her if she wants to come to Sweden and study bachelor's, or take another 1 year.
Actually, what happened? Actually, what happened? Like they're like four of friends, and they're very good friends, and all of them are really good as a student, and rest 3 is really good one, no problem. Even she's good student. Her result was good. She got IELTS 7. So the only problem happened, it was for 3 years. So what maybe even she never ever thought it could be problem for her life later on. You know what I mean? And they're all of them, they're friends. So this is the things actually, yeah. And they want to move together. I mean, we study together. They're like close friends. That was the case.
They want to study together. They are okay.
Yeah, like they're like good friends.
I think
you know what I mean.
In this situation, she would have problems with all Swedish universities.
Exactly.
Because they will not ask her to have 180 credits. She would be deemed to have only 1 credits, and that does not meet the requirement to study. So that's the thing. She could come to bachelor's programs. So we have 3 bachelor's programs in the same field that she has studied. So I don't know if she could consider coming.
Is there any chance, like if she has like already 3 years, is there any chance, as she has like already 3 years, she will join on your bachelor program, and she will just do final year.
Well, she could do that. So she could first she has to apply to a bachelor's and get admitted. After she gets admitted, she can apply for exactly that. She can apply for transfer of credits. So she would send all her documents from her. She would have to ask at the university the syllabus of the courses during the 3 years. And she could really ask for an assessment, and then they would tell her courses that she wouldn't need to take. It is very possible. I would recommend that. And then she would come for a bachelor's, but she wouldn't need to re-study what she has already taken. So I would recommend her to apply to one of the programs. We have biomedicine, we have molecular biodesign, and we have this one that I was trying to show, molecular bioinformatics. So I would recommend her to apply to one or two programs, one in first priority, another one in the second priority, and she can apply up to 8, I think, programs. We have 3, but I would recommend her to apply, and then as soon as she's admitted, to apply for an assessment for grade transfer for all her programs. So I would ask her to go to her previous university and request all the syllabus from all the subjects she has, because as soon as she gets admitted into our university, she can apply for that. And to get admitted in Skvde for a bachelor's program, she needs to have her high school studies. I don't know if she studied in India or in Bangladesh. I cannot hear you. You're muted.
Yeah. Tell me, please.
I couldn't hear you. I don't know if she studied in Bangladesh or India.
No, she studied in India.
In India.
She studied in India.
Okay. So she will need to have her high school studies there from India. So upper secondary school.
No worries, Andrea, I know about the documentation, so I will sort it out. I know about the documentation, so I will sort it out. No issues. I will sort it out.
Yeah. For India is this Indian school certificate. It could be these certificate of vocational education from India, whatever, from high school. That's
problem.
The papers she needs.
I have a good understanding about Indian documents. No problem. I will take care of that. No worries.
Great. That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very good idea. Then she can,
exactly. So at least she can come and she can carry on. Because anyway, she's in trap. I mean, in some way, extent. Because however she go, it's not even in Sweden, even in some other countries. I mean, it will be difficult for her to get to master's program directly, as it was for 3 years. So as soon as she will do it, and then she will be okay, and then she can carry on with her career, with her study, master's program, and even whatever later on. So that will be great. So no problem. So I will suggest her to follow this. No problem.
So just to summarize, after she gets admitted, she has to book a meeting with our study counselor, and then the study counselor will help her with the application to transfer credits from her previous studies. Yeah,
no problem. We'll be in touch. For that. So I will definitely let her know. I mean, yeah.
There is another question in the chat about the current situation in Sweden. I think it means about COVID and how to get to study here, right?
Yeah, I think, it is.
Yeah.
Please. So would you like to say something?
At the moment, that at the moment here in Sweden, there is a travel ban from non-Europeans, but if you get admitted into studies here, you're going to apply for a residence permit. And then with that permit, you can come to study, because the students are not included in the travel ban. So students can come and study. So you have to apply for a residence permit as soon as possible, as soon as you get admitted, so that you can come on time to study. Ryan, do you want
Yes.
to talk anything about how the studies are being conducted now via with the COVID and these things about we are having a lot of classes via Zoom at the moment, but exams are at the university, so students have to go to the university for the examinations. And in your case, you have a lot of labs, so you have to go to the lab, right?
Yes, that is that's pretty much it. Like all of our classes, as Andrea said, are pretty much done on Zoom, except for some exams, which they make sure to really reduce the amount of people at the school at one time and space us out so that we're being as safe as possible. And as Andrea said, we also still have some labs for classes that kind of require that hands-on type learning that you can't. We have things at the lab that I don't have at home, as you probably don't either. I lack any kind of centrifuge in my kitchen, so doing some of these experiments would be pretty difficult to do over Zoom. And instead, we do go in, but they've split us up into multiple labs, and we only have a couple of people in each room at once. I think last one that we did, we had like 6 people in a room at one time. And then on top of that, of course, anytime in your lab, you're always sanitizing everything you're using anyways. But we also now wear the face masks to help, make sure that we're not spreading around the virus if we happen to bring it in there. And it's very much all trying to make everything as safe as possible while still accomplishing those hands-on things that we can't really send to the home. Yeah.
And we also have some information about the COVID-19 on our website if you want to check that out as well.
How is the situation there in Växjö, Avijit?
The situation is like I'm working from home. It has been suggested that like if you can work from home, just stay at home and work from there. So you see all of my life working from home actually.
But do you have an office also, right? But you're not going there. You're staying.
I do have office, and it is located near Linnaeus University campus. We have BDM Science Park over there. So there are lots of companies. I have offices there as well. So, but right now I'm working from home nowadays. I'm not traveling. Hopefully it will be better. All of us will be safe, and then next year we will travel. Even this year, I couldn't go outside of Växjö as well.
Yeah,
I
think now it's kind of even. I think it's becoming even safer to travel now because there are not so many people traveling. This year I was supposed to go home because I'm Brazilian, so I'm not Swedish, and I tried to go visit my parents, but this year I didn't go because of this situation. But hopefully it's going to be better. Many students came. This year. We have many students came to Sweden during the autumn semester, despite the difficulties, and so it's possible to come. And
that's great.
Hopefully the situation will be back to normal, and we're going to have the food festival next year, Ryan.
Exactly.
Food festival.
And as soon as that situation.
Sorry?
And as soon as the situation will be better, even I will come definitely to visit you all in Skvde.
Yeah,
I would love to.
Yes, it's wonderful when you come and visit us.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. Looking forward for it. It's my normal routine. Like each year, I visit the university. Each year, but students come when students come, so I can visit the university people, and at the same time I can visit my students. Those are there. But this year I couldn't do it due to current situation. But hopefully in 2021 we'll do it definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was really nice session actually from all of you. I think it was really nice session, and we got to discuss lots of things. I mean, and students got to clear about everything, and therefore like they didn't ask that much questions, because I mean we talked a lot anyway. So they didn't
We like to talk, right? So we talk a lot also. When we meet on the phone, we talk a lot.
exactly, you know. So
Yes.
that was the things anyway. So but the good thing is, it is not only they're watching right now, but they can watch it later on as well. It will be saved in our channel, so all over the year they can watch it. That's the another good point about this.
That's
So
wonderful.
they will get to know about lots of things about University of Skövde. Yeah. So this is the thing. So thank you so much to all of you for coming here today, and make the session. It was really great session. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope the viewers, those who have watched the session, they have really enjoyed the session and got to know about lots of things. Hopefully, we'll have a really good number of students for University of Skövde this time, and as always. And so,
Thanks for having us.
before we finish, I would like to ask you if you have any final comments. Karin, please. If you have any final comments, please.
We would love to see you, like both you and our future students. And if you come, we'll show you everything, and we'll take good care of you. So please,
Surely, I will.
apply to becoming a student at the University of Skövde. And thank you so much for this session.
Thank
Yes.
you.
I also want to thank you everyone for watching. And if you have any question about any program we have, as Karin has mentioned, Ryan has showed you the programs, you can contact us. You can see the contacts on the screen. So you can contact via Avijit, and he sends an email to us. We can, if there is any specific question about the program, about syllabus, we can put you in contact with the program director, and we can have an individual answer for you. So please contact us, and I really hope that you enjoyed this session, and you hope to see you in Skvde visiting us or studying with us next year.
Thank you, Andrea. And Ryan, please.
Yeah, thanks for having us, of course, and to all the prospective students watching, thanks for tuning in. We really hope to see you here in the fall. You'll be able to identify me because I'll be the guy running around. I'm very, very tall, and I'll have on a bright green shirt. So I'll hope to see you all then.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. So the viewers, those you have watched us for. I mean, it was really great. I mean, thank you so much, everyone, for watching us today. Hopefully, you got enough information about University of Skövde and study in University of Sweden. So, still, if you have any more questions, what to do and how to apply and so on, I mean, you are not sure, please feel free to contact us. As Andrea said, we are one of the JRK International Education Consultants, is one of the authorized consultants by University of Skövde. So feel free to contact us. Over the screen, you have our email address, website details, and also our WhatsApp. So through that, you can contact us, and then we'll guide you how you can apply, and we'll guide you for all of the procedures. Thank you, everyone, for watching us today. We'll catch up you later. And thanks, Karin, Andrea, and Ryan, for coming here today and to make the session a great session. I've really enjoyed the session, and I hope, I mean, our students, they enjoyed the session as well.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Take care and have a nice. I'm just saying it advance. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. I mean, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year advance. You know.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you for our collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.